Okay, here's a good general warm-up. I'm not going to do 5 to 10 minutes of this. Let's assume that you at least walked around. If you're on the base, you're walking around the compound. If you're at home, walk around the block a few times. That'd be a good general warm-up for a few minutes. But let's say you just need to do something in place, you would just march. Now, when I'm marching, I'm swinging my shoulders. Now look at me from the side. So my toes are under my knees. I have my posture. I'm not swinging my elbows. I'm swinging from my shoulders. It's like my knuckles are going towards the sky. My elbows are driving behind me. So we're doing this for about a minute. Now what are we warming up here exactly? We're getting our hip flexors involved, getting some blood flow in the shoulders and the lats, which are very useful for any kind of running drills or jumping, things like that. So from here, we're going to have to get a little bit more quads, and then followed by the hamstrings, which is actually a 2-for-1 shot. So watch this. Now you're going to kick just like that. So hip flex, knee extension, back down. There we go. So what's happening here? Well, this is called reciprocal inhibition, meaning I contract one muscle, I relax the opposite. When I extend my knee, I contract the quads, which relaxes the hamstring. So we're going to march like this, not too fast, a moderate tempo. 3, 2, 1. So that contracts the quads, relaxes the hamstrings. This one is the exact opposite, called butt kickers. So we're doing everything slow right now, just getting the blood flow. So I'm contracting the hamstring, which now relaxes the quads. There's 4 muscles in the quads, there's 3 in the hamstring. It's a natural movement. When you move, one muscle is supposed to contract, the other one's supposed to relax. When you don't do that, something is off. That's called altered reciprocal inhibition. Then what happens is faulty movement patterns, because your body starts using muscles it's not supposed to. There we go. Good. So this does work better if you did walk on a treadmill, walked outside, a little light jog, and then do this. But when I'm teaching a large group, I usually like to keep everything in place. All right, so now we're going to go to hip abduction. Looks like this. Hold it, back down. Hold it, back down. There we go. So I'm squeezing my butt muscle. You should feel it in the upper top part. There we go. Keep your toes pointed straight ahead on this one. This is important for balance. The gluteus medius, one of the 3 glutes, also the minimus, there's 2 there, are the balance muscle. This will help also protect you from rolling your ankle. If you have strong glutes, you have a 20% less chance of rolling your ankle, which is important for anyone, athletes, anyone stepping off a curb, or unexpected object. It happens to soldiers when they walk in the woods. 3, 2, 1. So now we just did hip flexors, quads, hamstrings, glutes. Let's focus a little bit more on the hamstrings and the calves. Watch me from the side. Put your left leg forward and your heel is on the ground, your toes up. I want you to push your butt back, arms go back, push your butt forward with a little bit of power. So you come down slower, arms back, arms forward. What we're doing here is not only stretching the hamstring and the calf on the way down, contracting the glute on your right leg on the way up. There we go. Good. Now, with your left hand, reach towards your toe and back up. Notice how my eyes are still forward. I'm not looking down, I'm looking forward. And I keep my posture. Hunching, twisting is not good. Keep your posture, do not twist. If you can't touch your toe, that's fine. Don't sacrifice form to go farther. Let's switch sides. You don't have to turn around, I'm just doing it for camera purposes. All right? So arms back, arms forward. This is basically a hip thrust action. All right? We're hinging at the hip. We're stretching, contracting, stretching, contracting. Now reach towards your toe, like that. There we go. Good. 3 more. 2 more. And relax. Good. Now you should feel calves warming up, hamstrings. Let's go a little more balance in this one. hip rotations. Bring your leg up, around, down. So it's slow, very mechanical, like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep going as I talk. So not only am I moving this leg, but my stance leg is also working my balance. I can track the glute on my stance leg. So you're moving on one leg, balancing on the other. 2 more. Last one. And switch. There we go. Good. I think balance has been overlooked for many, many, many years in the military. But when I was a strength coach at MacDill last year, I noticed that a couple of soldiers were telling me that in the program, the new Army program, they have a little bit of balance in the warm-ups, which is things like this, which is smart. I'm glad that they're starting to think about that. All right, one more. And relax. Good. So now your hip flexors should be a little fatigued. All right, everything should feel pretty good. We're going to do some squats. Let me teach you how to do a proper squat. So I noticed the military is always doing really, really fast reps all the time. And they never really feel the muscles they should be targeted. So I'll show it from the side. First, make sure your toes are pointed straight ahead as possible if you can for this one. All right, so my toes are pointed straight ahead. Shoulder width or hip width apart is fine. The first movement is the butt back. I noticed this mistake. The knees go forward. And sometimes it's like a body roll. So push the pelvis and the hips back. Eyes are forward, chest is up. Slow down. And hips forward. Especially for the Army, this is important because you guys have the deadlift and the new test, if they're still keeping that. And forward. So we're going down slow. We're pausing. Hips forward. Use your glutes and your hamstrings. Back, 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 back. Forward. If you have a hard time with the balance part, put your arms forward like a Frankenstein. So you can go deeper like that too. Because your arms are counteracting the balance of your hips going backwards. There you go. Make it harder. Your hands to be behind your head. And the hardest is arms above the head, as long as you don't arch your back too much. And relax. Form is the most important thing, and tempo, maintaining that technique. Okay, so now we need to do a lunge and something sideways because that's part of the workout. The warm-up does feel like a workout in a way. So watch how I do this lunge. I'm going to stand this way and bring my right leg back. So my right leg goes back, and I go straight down. You see my posture? I come up using my left leg. The right leg is only for balance. The left leg is doing all the work here. That's my puppy running around, by the way. So I go right leg back, straight down. Pretend there's like a string on my head and it pulls me straight up as the hips go forward. Let's try that again. This is why we need balance. Back, straight down. That back knee goes straight down. The front knee is near my ankle or my toes. Come up. 5 more. 5. I'm going to face the camera. 4. So now from the front, the knee should not go left or right. It should only flex and extend in the sagittal plane. 3. See that? If your knee is going inward, well, that means your glutes are weak. Last one. Good. If the knee goes this way, you need to do more hip abduction. All right, let's switch legs. I'll do it from the front. So this leg goes back and then forward. There we go. I'll face this way. Left leg is going back. I can do this with my arm. I'm going to do like a running action. It's up to you, whatever. There's never one right way, but there's a lot of wrong ways. There we go. You should really feel it here and the quads. If you're doing it right, it's a balance. If you only feel the quads, either it's the form or your glutes are that weak that they're just not activating. At that point, you do more isolation stuff on the floor. 3 more. All right, 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, shake it off. Yep, these are just the warm-ups, believe it or not. We're getting into the workouts in a minute, but first, let's do something lateral. I'm gonna teach you a lateral lunge as you're shaking out your legs. So I'm gonna be going this way in the lunge. So I'm gonna act like a mirror. I'm going to the left, you'll be going to the right. So let's pretend I'm the mirror. Step with your right leg to the side. The left leg doesn't do anything, you see that? It's all about this leg, and it pushes forward and up. Got that? And my knee doesn't go past my toe in this one. So the initial thing is to step to the side and then push your butt back right on contact. Butt goes back, forward. First 5 are harder because you're not totally stretched out in the groin, then it gets easier. Should anyway. Here we go. Toe straight when you step. See that? I'm not going like this. My knee is facing right at the camera and I push up. This leg is just stretching. Here we go. We got 7 more. Forward. Here we go. Push forward. I'm going to show this from the side so you can kind of see and go towards the camera. You can see what's happening with my posture. Maintain my posture, push forward, right? It takes balance to stop yourself. There we go, 3 more. Butt back, butt forward. 2 more. 2, 1. All right, let's switch. And notice the second 5 were easier, right? Balance, and we're going. All right, step, push, step, push. See my tempo? I'm kind of slightly pausing at the bottom. Make sure your knee doesn't go sideways. Keep your knee facing straight. Looking good. Force it forward. 2, 1. Looking good. All right, we'll give you a short rest here. It's really for me because I'm out of shape. I haven't been doing any cardio. Been bulking up and it's time to lose some weight. So the smaller you are, it does help with cardio. You don't see muscular marathon runners for a reason. So your diet and your exercise should just translate towards your specific goals. Mine recently was bulking up. Now I need to do more circuit training, cardio, things like that, a little less calories, and then you slim down, and then all these workouts feel a little easier. All right, I think you're rested enough. So what we're gonna do here is a lunge. I'll give a couple options. If you lack the balance, don't do the second option. If you have good balance, do the second option, right? The lunge you already seen. I just showed you in the warm-up. And we're gonna do 12 reps and then switch legs. So it's this one. You're gonna bring your right leg back, your right leg forward. Second option is to do the same exact thing, except drive the knee up in the air and come right back down. There you go. So we're gonna try both. I'll do 6 of the first option and 6 of the second option. And we're gonna be going through a circuit and virtually non-stop. We get these short little rests. Just prior to, it's been what, 14 minutes. So every 15 minutes you should have 4 to 6 ounces of water. A mouthful is about 1 ounce. So this is your time. Take a short moment, get some water. I did about 4 gulps. That should be enough to just hydrate just enough. All right, so the right leg's gonna go back first, then the left leg, and then we're going right to the lateral lunge. So those exercises will be back to back. All right, here we go. I'll face this side. Right leg goes back first, not too fast. I want you to actually feel these muscles today and maybe tomorrow. Here we go. 3, 2, right leg back. Hold it, come forward. So we're going down slow, a pause, forward. There we go. This is 3. Pause. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to show the other one now. 7. I have to pause at the top 2. 8, 9. 3 more. 10, 11, 12. All right, here we go. We're going to be switching. All right, the left leg is going to go back now and begin. I'm going to show option 1 first. 1. The option 2, you really feel it in the glutes because of the balance factor and also the hip thrusting motion. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go to the second option. 7, 8. I'll breathe out on the way up. 9, 10. By the way, my knee is slightly off the ground. I'm not actually touching the ground. There we go. If it happens, it happens. All right, now we're going to the lateral lunge. So I'm going to be stepping this way first. To me, it's my left. So for that purposes, just pretend it's not like a mirror today. There we go. This leg will be straight. Push. So after 6, I'm going to show you another balance option where I'm driving the knee up in the air. See, I'm pausing, really using the leg that's bent. 5, 6. Now I'm going to drive the knee up in the air. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11, 12. All right, I'm just switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Either way, I'm pushing my hips forward when I come up. Pushing my hips back. This side of the body actually looks like a squat. This side looks like a lunge. Makes sense? Now I'm gonna start showing the knee drive on this one. This one's definitely harder on the balance than the other lunge. It takes more power because this leg is useless as it's stretching. 2 more. 2, 1. Short rest. You don't need water just now. If you do, it means you're dehydrated. You didn't time out your water. You should have been drinking yesterday to hydrate for today, if that makes sense. Otherwise, you're playing catch up. That was only round 1. We're doing 3 rounds. So we're doing back-to-back exercises, minute rest, and then we're switching back to the lunge and then the side lunge. You hear my cardio sucks right now. It is what it is, right? That's why I'm doing it too. It's my turn to get back in shape. All right, here we go. About 10 seconds. So the right leg's gonna go back first. Here we go, round 2. 3, 2, 1. Right leg back. I'm gonna just keep driving the knee up in the air. You don't have to. You can bring the feet together. There we go. Still doing the same tempo. You want to feel the lactic acid in the muscles. That means you're going to build muscle, build endurance. There we go, halfway there. I apologize if I'm off by a rep or whatever, but it's because I'm talking and teaching. 8, 9. Should feel your glutes tomorrow. 10, 11, 12. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Left leg comes back, driving the left knee up. So again, the leg in the air is not working as hard as the leg on the ground if you're doing it correctly. When I drive my left knee up in the air, I'm pushing my right foot into the ground, if that makes sense. When I do that, I feel my glutes contracting. There you go. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll help your running for sure. 3, 2, going this way, and begin. Now you got it down. I'm gonna keep driving the knee up in the air. Again, the glute workout. So the more flexible you get, this one will be easier. If you struggle on this, hurts too much, you may want to just do squats for these rounds. Maybe double it and do 20 squats. If you just lack on the form and the balance, the groin is too tight, things like that, just do 20 squats this round or next round. Technique always first. 2, 1. Switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's it. You might notice one side's easier than the other. Maybe one leg is more flexible. Maybe one leg is stronger. They're usually the opposite, right? They're the opposite because strength and mobility are kind of the opposite. When you get stronger, you get tighter. So you got to keep up with stretching as well. 3, 2, almost there. 1 minute rest. Yep, each round is harder on the heart rate and the muscles. You're feeling the lactate buildup. I'm not giving enough rest to flush out the lactic acid completely. I'm giving it enough to flush out, or I would say about 75% recovery. We don't need 100%. We're not doing max strength training. We're doing muscular endurance, and you're gonna get results possibly of hypertrophy, which is a scientific term for muscle growth. That's that lactic acid feeling. All right, here we go. One more round. After this, we're doing squats and glutes, and you guys can go home. Here we go. Right leg back, and begin. Oh yeah, this round you can feel it. It's good. There we go. It's all about your threshold. So if you can't do this knee drive now, maybe in a week or two you can. If you work on balance training, that's probably what's holding you back from that. There you go, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go, 3 seconds. 2, 1, switch. There you go, 1. So if you're training soldiers, give them different options. If they have a really hard time with either of these lunges, again, work on their squats. It could be a flexibility thing. Don't just force people to do stuff that have bad technique. You're not helping them. You're probably doing it worse. You're giving them worse technique. 4, 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, last one. You get a rest after this. You can just also keep the foot in the air and just drag it over without lifting the knee up, or you touch down for the balance part. Again, this is the hardest version. There you go. Halfway there. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. 2. Ooh, yeah. It's definitely a harder round. Last one, we're gonna rest after this. Here we go. Begin. Push your butt back, push it forward. Again, just keep the foot down on the ground if you want. Slightly in the air. Or all the way up with 6 more balance and power. There you go, halfway there. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, everybody earned a rest, including myself. All right, we'll take a minute or so, and then the next rounds are going to be squats. Doing 3 sets of squats. 3 sets of 12. body weight. Sounds easy, right? It won't be with the tempo we're doing. And after 6 sets of lunges in a row, it's 3 sets, but we did both sides. That makes sense. Lunges get your heart rate up more than squats because you're doubling the reps. Take some more power and balance. Whew. It's a good time for the water break. It's been close enough. It's been about 11 minutes or so since the last water break. About 4 ounces. So I don't feel thirsty. I'm just drinking it because I know I'm supposed to, because I'm avoiding getting thirsty. We're made 60% of water. Our organs, lungs, heart, brain, they're all between 70 something and 86% or so made of water. So organs need water even more than our muscles do. All right, the squats we did in the warm-up, 12 reps. The tempo is 4 seconds down, 2 second pause, 1 second up. So stay with me on the tempo and stay with the form. I want to face this way to start off, and I'll switch directions. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, butt back. You can put the arms forward if you want. Hold it, and up. I'm gonna count this time. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 1, 2, up. That's only 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 1, 2, up. So we're exaggerating the tempo on the way down, and we're holding, come up the bottom for isometrics, just to make sure that the hardest part of the squat is the bottom. That's the farthest part your butt is from your knees. Right? So you're moving your hips and your knees. See the distance? It goes closer on the way up. That's it. See the distance? It's going farther, farther, farther. Goes closer. Just like a push-up and a bench press. The hardest is at the bottom. There we go. And forward. Let's do 5 more. There we go. Down, low. Hold it. Up. 4 more. Yeah, you're thinking, holy crap, these bodyweight squats are much harder than it sounds like on paper. I'm going to face forward now for 3 more. Knees don't go inwards. Like the lunge, your knees shouldn't go inwards. They should stay straight. They shouldn't go outwards either. Hold it. There we go. Last one. There we go. Down. Hold it. And up. Now, if you're not doing exactly 4, 2, 1 on the tempo, that's fine. As long as the point is you're controlling the tempo on the way down, and you're pausing, and you're taking away any momentum. Right? You're focused on the eccentric phase. The eccentric phase is the negative part of an exercise. It's when you're lengthening the muscle with force. So on the way down of a squat, you're stretching your quadriceps. If you went fast, you wouldn't really notice. It's simple, fast, momentum. When momentum goes up, force goes down. We're taking that away. Laws of physics, that's all it is. All right, let's see. 15 seconds. 2 more sets. We'll finish with some glutes and you guys will be done. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Up. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Up. That's only 2. 4. Again, this is easier. Arms forward. Helps the balance a little bit. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Up. Face this way. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Up. Looking good. 4, 2. Hold. Hold. Up. Halfway there. Face this way. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Up. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Up. 4, 3, 2. Hold. Hold. Up. 2 more. 4, 3, 2. hold, up, last one, 4, 3, 2, hold, up. Good. If you're also wondering why I'm sweating so much, well, I'm filming this in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida. It doesn't take much to sweat in Florida. The warm-up itself, you'll be soaked. And this is actually a colder day than normal. All right. Looking good. This is the last squats. So what I didn't tell you is we're gonna do this a little different than the last set. We're doing 10 reps slow, just like we just did, and finish it with 10 reps really fast. You're gonna notice the blood flow is gonna rush right to your quadriceps. It's also gonna help you when you're trying to run fast, when you're tired. Let's say the end of your 2-mile test for the Army, the 3-mile test for the Marines, the run for the Air Force and the Navy, or possibly the row that you do, or the swim, whatever. It's you trying to get the end of your race when you're tired. All right, here we go. We're doing 10 reps slow, 10 reps fast. Same tempo, begin. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. So remember, student tempo as I'm talking. See how my back is straight? I'm not rounding, I'm not arching. It's a natural arch. My chest is forward. My back is virtually straight with a natural curve. Here we go, this is 4. Like I said, feel the distribution between your quads and your glutes. 5 more. Looking good. 4 more. 3 more, then we're going fast. That's it, nice and slow. The 10th rep, let's exaggerate really slow. This is 9. Here we go. All right, extra slow. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, hold. Now go 10 reps really fast. 10. Use your hips, push your butt forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know you hate me. 8, 9, 10. Good, good, good. We earned a rest. Yep. So one thing about California was the weather was not humid. It was really hard to sweat there. You know, those southern states you guys all train in, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so after we take a rest, we're gonna just finish off a couple minutes. We're just gonna do some glutes. The reason I'm doing that is for balance, not to get a nice butt. It might happen, but that's not why I'm doing it. But if you get the glutes, which is the Gluteus Maximus, that's the big one in the back there. Gluteus medius and minimus are on the side. The Gluteus Maximus really is designed for strength and power, jumping and running, heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, things like that. Used more for sprinting than it is jogging. The Gluteus medius, the side of the glutes, along with the minimus, is for balance. So if you're running fast with power, the Gluteus Maximus is creating the power, along with the hamstrings and the quads, right? But the Gluteus medius is keeping you dynamically balanced every time your leg hits the ground, right? If it feels unstable, the ankle might slightly move inwards or something like that. So it's very important for many reasons to work your glutes. I'm going to show 2 versions because it really depends on your balance. So we can do one where we're not holding on to anything. That's a lot tougher. If it's really hard for you, then you can hold on to a wall or something. If you're in a big group of people, maybe have all the soldiers hold on to each other's shoulders. Hopefully one doesn't knock everyone down like dominoes, but that makes sense. You'll be standing like this and your arms on the shoulder. This arm will be down, right? Put the arm in the shoulder, it would help with balance. You can do all kinds of balance exercises like that. But I'm here by myself, so I'm going to teach you how to use nothing and how to use a wall. So let me show you over here. I'm going to go in these plants here. Here we go. This should be ready by now. So if you don't have anything to hold on and your balance is pretty good, then try it. If you lean on this one too much, it's pointless. So I'm gonna go hip abduction like this to the side. But if I have to do this, that means I lack balance, right? So I'm gonna show you 3 reps. My toe's gonna point straight. We did it in the warm up. I lift, I hold my toe straight for 2 seconds. I come down for 4, 3, 2, 1. I never touch down with this foot. I come right back up and hold it and down for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna do one more and hold it, 3, 2, 1. I'm teaching to decelerate. So not only was I using this leg when I was moving, the leg on the ground is probably even more important. So if you need to hold on to a wall, then you do the same thing. But you don't want to put all your weight into the wall, right? Just enough, maybe your fingertips. You can even have your arm near the wall if you think you're gonna really tip over. So I'm gonna do a whole set of 10 reps without even touching the wall. But you don't have to. Use something if you need to. All right, let's do this leg. It's my left leg, let's do your right leg. Here we go. And lift and come up slow and hold for 2. Come down, 3, 2, 1. Don't touch down. Come back up. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and back up. Yep. Now you feel it in both legs. Keep going as I talk. Hold it. So just copy off me. So when you're really strong on balance, I actually feel it in the leg that I'm moving. I noticed that my clients that lack balance or my elderly residents, they feel it in the leg that they're standing on. By the way, I also work in a retirement home, so I train everybody. There we go. Now we're gonna do 2 more reps. Slow down, back up. Last one. Hold it. Slow down. Good. I always take a rest before I switch legs because I just explained it. I was just moving this leg, right? And I was standing on this one. But I said when you're standing on the leg, you're also working that. So if you switch right away, it's going to be sloppy. You need to have some kind of short rest on your leg that you were just standing on, or you're going to be so fatigued because we were just moving this leg. So if I try to stand on it right now, I'm going to start leaning. It usually take about 30 seconds and I'm good. All right, so again, use the wall if you need to. All right, here we go. You're gonna do your left leg this time, so stand on your right. So lift up your left leg slightly and begin. Hold it, slow down. And back up, hold it, slow down. You see, you don't have to always hold it, count all the reps. Just go slow, tell yourself to pause, and tell yourself to go slow. It'll drive you crazy trying to count reps, right? Especially when I'm talking to the camera. I'm trying to count my reps and my tempo and teach. Here we go, which is why I could be off on the reps. 7. All right, let's go 3 more. So this time, I actually do feel on the leg I'm standing on because I think it's just tired from all the lunges. All right, let's go one more, make it a good one. Hold it, and down. Ooh, right there, right? So if you feel the side of your leg down here, it's always tight. Oh, I'm talking to Siri all of a sudden. Sometimes Siri thinks I'm talking to her when I do videos. Siri, stop. So if you feel the side of your leg, it's called the TFL. If you're always tight down here, you go on a foam roller, then that means your glute's weak and the side of your leg is trying to overtake it. So that's not good. That means you really need to isolate and work the side of your glutes. When the side of your thigh is tight, then you might feel pain on your inner knee. It has torque on the opposite side. Another reason to work your glutes. We got one more thing for the day, and we'll finish with some stretches because that's important too, right? Shoulders are so tight all the time, and my clients. This is the Gluteus Maximus. So on this one, you should feel it more in the back. So I'll give you 2 options again. One without holding and one with holding. So this time, I'll do it sideways, so I'm gonna do the same leg that you're doing. So my right leg is forward. I have a slight lean like this. I put the shift on my right leg, I lift the left foot up in the air, I come up and I squeeze it. I hold it and I come back down. My foot can touch the ground, but make sure it's behind, like well behind the other foot. Squeeze. So if you lack balance, hold on to the wall, right? All right, here we go. We're gonna do 10 reps. And begin. Squeeze, slow down. If you add a band to all these workouts, well, this is extra hard. And you add lunges with dumbbells, even harder, but technique, tempo first. And then you add skill to the exercises before dumbbells, right? Add balance and step ups, all that stuff. There we go. 4. See how I count tempo? I'm just going, holding it and going slow down. 2 more. 2, 1. Good. So you might have felt it a lot in your right leg because it's tired from the lunges and the squats and all that stuff. That's okay. All right. Whew. Left leg forward, right leg back, slight lean forward, and lift up the right leg and squeeze your butt. Try to squeeze like the bottom of your butt. Here we go. 2. You can touch down if you need to, like that. I'm gonna keep my leg in the air for the rest of the set if I can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more. We're done for the day. Switch some stretching. 2 more. 2, 1. Good. All right. While we're cooling down, don't stretch while you're breathing heavy. Don't stretch while your legs are on fire. Typically, you do a 3-minute walk. Very, very light jog, but usually you just need a good walk and you'll cool yourself down, bring yourself back to homeostasis, or basically back to close to normal. Usually takes about 3 minutes. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes, a couple stretches, you guys are done. So another reason to work the glutes. I'm going to show you about posture. Now watch this. Most people are quad and hip flexor dominant. Picture this like a hook. Your hip flexor actually inserts here. Originates here, it inserts here. So it originates on your spine, comes down, go look at anatomy, look it up. Comes here to the femur. So it does this. It lifts the leg up. Also helps you do sit-ups, right? So it flexes your trunk and flexes your hip. Here's the problem. We are usually sitting down a lot, right? You sit down in your chairs. A dog's barking again. So if you're sitting, your hip flexors are in a shortened position all the time. Your glutes are stretched. So your hip flexors get dominant. Walking, running adds even more to it, right? If your knee, hip dominant in the front when you're doing squats and all that stuff, it's even worse now. So what does that do? It shortens and it tilts the pelvis. So if you're standing like this and you see your back is arched, if it feels like your hips are a bucket of water and it's tilting forward and the water spills forward, your glutes are weak, hips are tight, and your core is weak, and that's why your lower back is taken over. So if you stretch the hip flexors and the quads, which I'll show you next, activate the glutes, which I showed you a bunch of that today. In theory, it's supposed to tilt your pelvis posteriorly back to neutral. Now you have less back problems, less hip problems, and you have better posture, and you put yourself in a position for better power. When a muscle is too short or too stretched or lengthened, it's in a bad position for power. A muscle near its resting length has its most power, or most potential for power or strength, right? So let's do a quad stretch. There's lots of ways of doing it. I'm going to use this table right here. You can use your hand if you want, but here's the problem. I think the mistake people make when they grab their foot, they arch their back. I just told you that's a bad position to be in. You actually want to do the opposite. You want to tilt backwards. So if I'm holding my foot like this, people try to go like that and arch their back. Drive your knee forward and flatten your back. So if you're too muscular or not flexible enough and you can't grab your foot, I actually like to put my foot up on something because my lats are too wide. Good problem to have. So like this, something that's a little higher maybe, but whatever's level. I just kind of go down a little bit and slightly lean back. I don't arch back, I lean back. All right, so let's do this together. If you're at home, use the side of a couch or a kitchen table or something like that. There we go. Just lean back a little bit. What I really like to use the treadmill. I stand sideways and use the treadmill rails. It's the perfect height for me. So I'm rounding my back. It's like I'm trying to push my knee forward. You feel it stretching all the way down your quads. So this is not a direct hip flexor stretch, but one of the quad muscles is a hip flexor. There's the hip flexor here, the major one. One of the quads comes up and helps your hip flexor. Relax. Right? So this muscle called the rectus femoris attaches up here. The other three are only here and they just do that. But the fourth one is here. That's my dog barking. Hey Mitty, I'm trying to make a video here. She doesn't care. All right, switch legs. Foot. See, this is a little low for me. I don't like to squat down too much in this. So lean back if you need to. There we go. We're going to hold this. Try to round your back or flatten it at least. You're attempting to round it. It should actually flatten. There we go. Keep holding it while I talk. So you should feel it here only. If you feel it in your lower back, you're arching too much. It's either too high or you're not flexible enough or you're not focused enough. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's stretch the hamstrings. So if you have something to put your leg up on, that's fine. I'm gonna assume that you don't, and maybe you're in a group or something like that. So I'm gonna stand this way. Let's put your left leg forward. It looks like a warm up, except we're gonna hold it this time. Put your hands on top of your thigh, not the kneecap, above the kneecap. Feel the weight. I do this so people don't try to stretch and twist. So if you want to feel more calves, point your toe towards your knee. That's dorsiflexing. That's it. I'm going to face you. There we go. You should feel mostly the hamstrings. Just push when you're trying to straighten the leg. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. So 2 sets are better than 1. I'm not going to do it on camera, but 2 sets. The second set, your body doesn't hold back as much. It should feel like more flexible when you do it. 30 seconds is the recommended time duration of the stretch. That's how long it takes to fully relax the muscle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do one glute stretch. There's a lot more stretches I could teach, but I could do that for a separate video. But we did a lot of glutes, so I should just drop the camera. Still there? Yes, you are. All right, here we go. So take your left leg, cross it over, and if you push the weight down on your knee, like towards the floor, that's the piriformis muscle. There we go. You feel it up in the top near the glutes. It's actually even deeper. It's inside there. So you can see I'm tight. My knee should be down here. So I should be stretching this more often. Just gonna do 3 more seconds. You can do longer on your own. I'm just gonna teach these stretches. So this is the piriformis again. Act like I'm pulling my ankle up toward the sky and I'm pushing my knee the opposite way. You can feel it right up there. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, 1 more stretch. This one's more of the glutes. So it looks like this. Instead of going this way, pull your leg towards your opposite shoulder. You can use your other arm if you want and pull it up. This one you can feel all the way in the glutes. Feel that? 3, 2, 1. You want a shorter version of it so you can teach yourself. So pull like this. You can also lay on your back on the ground to do this one. As you start sitting up and I roll back. 3, 2, 1. All right, good job today, everybody. So the purpose of the whole workout was really, the goal was muscle endurance. Can help with fat loss and maybe a little bit of hypertrophy on the side for some people, but mostly about technique, activating the proper muscles and doing the proper order, understanding how to warm up, tempo, all that stuff, recovery time, and even hydration and stretching. Speaking of hydration, now you're done to workout. Now drink more water. If you weigh yourself before you work out, weigh yourself after, and then you'll know how much water to drink. It's actually like a 1 to 1.5 ratio. So if you lost 1 pound, which is 16 ounces, you need to drink 16 to 24 ounces of water after. So it's actually better to drink more than you lost, because it's going to be, you're still probably sweating a little bit and metabolism is up. So I would say drink about 2 to 3 cups of water right now, or just chug a normal bottle of water. All right, if any questions, send me a message in the comments, and have a good day. Soldier Fit Club.